I am the chair of the Department of Communication Studies and Theater, and tonight I am so pleased to bring to you a senior project that Tim Burns has lovingly crafted with many helpers, but he's responsible for the product. The senior project is an end performance or an end paper or an end directorial project. And in this one, Tim is not only representing his theater major, he's representing his communication major, because we are doing a radio show that is live on stage, and that uncovers his love for all things 50s and earlier, I think. But it's also going to be on KKWU radio, and it's also going to be put together, the sound and the video, so that it can be played on Access Television, and so people will be able to see what you're seeing tonight. So this combination of Tim's love for radio drama shows up at a number of Halloween projects in the last couple years. He was part of the opera Elixir of Love. He did Around the World in 80 Days and The Miracle Worker, and tonight we're going to see The Case of the Goofy Groom. I'm glad you're here. Let's welcome the cast.
What in God's name was I thinking? I don't know the first thing about putting on a show. I mean, I've been through all the classes and I know a little bit of almost every part necessary, but I didn't realize the sheer magnitude of what all I had to do, of what I'd gotten myself into. The first hurdle I had to cross was auditions. I wasn't sure that anybody would show up. I advertised well, or at least so I thought, but only one or two people actually showed up the first night. I thought for sure my project would be over before it even began.
How you doing, Tim?
Not so good, Mr. Green. I don't think anyone's going to show up. It's like 7:30. No one's here.
You're panicking. Just take a deep breath, okay?
But no one's interested in this.
You're going to be fine. People are going to be interested in this, Tim. It's cool. It's radio drama. What's there not to like?
I don't know. It's not the current medium. I feel it's dying in this day and age.
Pshaw. Come on. Do you know how big hipsters are today?
Well, fair enough, I guess.
All right. You're going to have people show up. You need to not stress so much.
Okay.
Listen. You hear that? Here's somebody showing up to audition right now.
I think you're right.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, thank God, Miniman, you're here. All right.
Hey, Paul.
Hey.
Okay, let's go ahead and have you read, for the announcer, it's page 4.
Okay.
So the only motivation you really need is announcer-esque.
Announcer-esque.
Yes.
You got it. Tonight, we find Nick and Nora at a wedding being held in a fashionable hotel suite in Manhattan.
That's good,
The
that's
groom,
good. All right, are you comfortable with being Foley?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah,
All right,
totally.
good. I'll let you know.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thankfully, my project gained more interest, and after about another week or two, I had more people audition for me than I could even cast, which brought about its own unique set of problems, but after much deliberation, the show was cast, and we began the journey for what you are about to witness. All right, guys, let's get in places. Let's get that forward table and the mics in place. Mike, Sarah, would you quit bickering for one blasted minute and get ready? Get ready. Thomas, are you drinking again?
No.
Give it to me.
Tim, come on. No, it relaxes me.
I'm well aware of how much it relaxes you, and I don't need you that relaxed during the show. Hand it over. Actors, right? I mean, have you ever really worked with show business people? Oh, you haven't? Well, let me assure you, it's a lot like herding cats. Angel, get in place, please. Oh, jeez.
Not until you give me what I told you to. I specifically said that I wanted the blue and green M&Ms in the dressing room, not the yellow ones. I don't understand how hard it is to not put yellow M&Ms in the bowl.
I'll get some after the show. Just go get ready.
Fine, but I will have you know, I don't need this job. I can act anywhere I want.
Yeah, I know. Oh, when you get home, be sure to look up the definition of the word prima donna. I'll be surprised if there wasn't a picture of her in there somewhere.
You have to help us, Nora. Am I saying that right?
It sounds fine.
Are you sure? Because I don't feel like I'm doing it right, and it's my first time on the stage, and I just want to make sure.
Laura, calm down. It's fine. You're fine. Just go get ready.
All right. Help us, Nora.
And if it's not their egos that need to be stroked, they need to be soothed. It's a balancing act with these people. It's a lot like, well, walking on a tightrope. It takes skill and expertise, a lifetime's worth of knowledge and experience. You know, I might not actually be too bad at this.
No. Tim, what are you doing? The microphones too close together. They need to be spread apart, and look, the Foley table. It's canted the wrong way. You got to move it slightly so the guys operating the sound effects will have plenty of room.
All right, Paul, I'll look into it.
I have a list of things you need to deal with, Tim.
Well, it's kind of late to worry about that now, isn't it?
What have you been doing? You don't know the first thing about putting this thing together. Did you ask me for help? No, you didn't ask me for help.
Well, okay then. So much for confidence.
Come on, Paul. Come on, this is Tim we're talking about. He's our director, and he can basically do anything he wants. Have you ever seen Tim fail before? Oh, shut up. Tim, is there anything I can get for you? Water, coffee, whatever Thomas has in his flasks?
No, Sean, I'm fine. Just go get ready and stop kissing up, please.
Yes, sir.
You hear what I have to deal with. If it's not the millions of other things that I have to deal with on behalf of these people, there's always one that's trying to kiss up or get the upper hand so they get the better role in the next production. I'm not so sure I'm cut out for this, but no turning back now. All right, folks, places. Oh, and one final announcement before we go live. Our normal Foley crew won't be joining us this evening as they came down with a sudden case of, well, death. So, I've had to hire a couple of, shall we say, unprofessionals. Miller, Miniman. Just bear with them, all of you, please, for my sanity. And you two, just do the best you can. Oh, good grief. All right. Here we go. All right, we're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tonight, we find Nick and Nora at a wedding being held at a fashionable hotel suite in Manhattan. The groom, Arthur Hornsby, is an old friend of Nick's. The bride, Jane, is breathtakingly lovely, a fact which does not escape our hero.
Dearly beloved, we have come together today to witness and join together this marriage.
When do we kiss the bride?
When the ceremony's over, silly. Why do they always mumble the ceremony into their beards?
Well, the minister doesn't like to remind the people of the rash promises they made when they got married. Look, Jane's trembling.
I know. Poor girl. She's probably crying.
What for?
For the same reason every bride cries. They weep for all the men that they're giving up. Goon.
You didn't cry.
I meant to, but I was too busy trying to help the justice of the peace remember his lines.
You knew them better than he did.
I wanted to make sure I was thoroughly married.
You may kiss the bride.
Come, dear.
But don't I kiss the bride?
Not yet. Arthur told me to meet him in that little room on the side right after the ceremony.
Why?
I don't know. He said it was important. Open the door.
All I can say, this is no way to treat a wedding guest. Huh. No one here.
Oh, here they come, darling.
Nora!
Arthur, I want to wish you and Jane every happiness.
Thank you, Nora.
Best of luck, Arthur, and may I?
You mean Jane?
I'd be very disappointed if you didn't. What are you waiting for, Nick?
Jane, you know I wish you the very best.
You don't have to wish so hard, Nikki.
Oh, I don't mind it, Nora.
You've got a fine wife here, Arthur.
And that's the opinion of an excellent judge of wives, Arthur. But aren't you keeping the other guests waiting? I'm sure they want to congratulate you and Jane.
Well, that's just it, Nora. Arthur's afraid to go out there.
You can't disappoint the girls, Arthur.
You don't understand. We're having some trouble.
Really? What's the matter?
Well, we don't know. Arthur, tell them.
Nick, will you and Nora take our place tonight? It'll be better all around.
But why? I'm not sure I understand.
Darling, look out!
Nick!
Strange kind of rich they have at this wedding. Those shots came from back there. Someone could have gone through that door and fired.
Did you see him?
No, my back was toward him. I'm going to open the door and take a look.
Where does it lead?
To the hotel corridor. Whoever fired those shots is gone by now. Take it easy, Jane. Shots don't mean a thing unless they hit you.
I'm so frightened. This has been going on ever since we've been married.
But Jane, you've only been married for a few minutes.
That isn't quite true. Jane and I were secretly married 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you jumped the gun.
We just went through this to satisfy relatives and friends. But from the day after our marriage, someone's been trying to kill us.
Now, darling, don't let it upset you. We can only die once. I mean, Nick and Nora will help us, won't you?
Now, where were these murder attempts made?
The first one was in our room in a small hotel in New Jersey, the second night after we were married. There were 2 more attempts in a small hotel in Vermont.
It's awful. You've got to help us, Nora.
Why should anyone want to kill you, Arthur?
I don't know. Unless it has something to do with all that money Dad left me. You know, I came into my estate the day I married. I think someone is trying to terrorize me, to extort money or something.
Did you inherit a lot of money?
Well, quite a bit.
What kind of honeymoon can we have if we're always afraid of being killed? I want a live, living husband for my honeymoon.
There, Turtle Dove. Nora will keep me safe. Nick, I've come up with a plan.
Yes?
For this honeymoon, you be me. It's beginning right now.
What?
Nora can put Jane's bridal veil over her face and rush out. You can turn up your collar, and if no one sees how old you are, you can pass for me.
And Nora can pass for me.
We reserved the honeymoon suite at the Gilded Towers Hotel. You take that suite, and we'll take your apartment.
And then you can be killed instead of us.
What, Jane? I don't like being killed.
But Arthur says you've done it so often.
Of course he has. And we'll find out who's trying to harm you. I think it's a grand idea, but I think we ought to change clothes to complete the deception.
All right. The boys can go behind that screen.
Great. Come on, Nick.
I'm not so sure I'm going to like this.
Here's the key to our apartment, Jane.
Here's my bridal gown, Nora. It zips up the side. Do you think I'll make a good wife for Arthur?
Of course you will. Are you ready, dear?
I'm ready now.
Keep your eyes peeled, darling. If the gunman's in the crowd, he'll follow us, and that will make it easy to capture him.
Nora, I'm not so sure I can fool anyone into thinking I'm a bridegroom.
Try, darling. Jane and Arthur, you better slip out the side door, to the corridor.
All right. And thanks a million. Come on, Jane.
Nikki, you do look just like a groom. How did you manage it?
I thought of the right thing to keep in my mind, I guess.
What's that?
The mental picture of a murderer I know, walking down the last mile to the electric chair. Come on, dear.
Congratulations, you two! Congrats to the happy couple!
The bridal suite is just down the hall, Mr. and Mrs. Hornsby.
Thank you. Come on, my caveman.
Yes, honey bun. Aren't you supposed to blush a little, dear?
I've been trying all evening.
Well, choke a little. That'll make you blush.
All right. How's that?
No good. I just hope the bellboy doesn't get too suspicious.
Here we are.
Come in, Sugarfoot.
All right.
Good gracious. Aren't you going to carry the bride across the threshold? What kind of bridegroom are you, anyway?
I forgot.
Well, it doesn't do to forget such things. But if you forget anything else, I'll remind you.
Really?
Yes, I know all about being a groom and what a bride should do.
How interesting. How many times have you been a bride?
Never. But I've seen so many couples, you see. The hotel assigns me to take care of all the bridal suites. I've made a study of honeymooners.
What's your name?
They call me Honeymoon Harvey. Oh, come on now. Let's get started. Carry the bride across the threshold.
Okay, Buttercup. There.
You seem like a pretty weak groom to me. Put her down and kiss her. I'll draw the shades.
Never mind.
Madam, are you going to tell me what to do? I know more about these things than you. The shades will be drawn. There. Where's your luggage?
Our bags will arrive later.
Later? Good gracious. Going on a honeymoon without luggage? I think I'll give you the lecture on...
Never mind. Here, boy, just leave us alone.
Well, now you're talking more like a honeymooner. But I usually leave people alone for a bigger tip.
Don't you have anything else to do?
That's how a man celebrating his 20th anniversary talks. You gotta let me give you a few tips on how a groom's supposed to behave.
I'll tell him. Mr. Honeymoon Harvey, are we keeping you?
Okay, I can take a hint. Well, folks, if there's anything you want, anything I can do for you, any errands you want done, any advice you need, any information...
Don't worry. We'll call you.
You'd better not, because I won't tell you a thing, Mr. and Mrs. Know-It-All. Good night.
We didn't seem to fool him.
No. It must be a result of the manpower shortage. Darling, what are we going to do about clothes?
We'll phone our apartment and have Arthur and Jane send some over in the morning. Did anyone follow us here?
I didn't notice anyone.
How do you like the way I look in Jane's bridal gown?
Oh, you look blooming, dear. Especially since it's a little tight on you.
It is not. Are you trying to tell me I'm not as slim and girlish as Jane?
No, darling. I'm trying to tell you that Jane's not as charming and as attractive as you, dear.
Why, Nikki, you make me feel like a real bride again. Come here.
What for?
Do as I tell you and stop acting like a husband.
I wish I could. What do you want, baby?
Just this silly.
Hold me tight, Nora. And don't take your lips away.
Darling, at last, you're a groom.
I'm not. I'm just being sensible. We're in danger.
What do you mean?
The connecting door to the next room is opening. We're being watched by someone. I want to surprise them.
I get it. You think it's the gunman who's after Arthur?
Maybe. I can see a glint of a gun in the crack of the door. Which hip do you prefer to land on?
The right. The left's still bruised from last week.
Okay. If the shooting starts, I'm going to push you over. Stay on the floor while I try to rush the gunman. And then...
Oh!
I'm going after him, baby. Hey! Come back here!
Nicky!
Come in the adjoining room. I've got a baby. I'll need some help.
I'm coming, darling. It's dark in here. Where are you, Nick?
Wrestling on the floor. Turn on the light switch and get out of the way of the bullets.
Oh, here's the switch. Nick! Stop wrestling with that girl and find someone your own size.
Let go of my hands. You're breaking my wrist.
Drop that gun and I'll let you go.
Oh, okay.
Get up.
Who's the tomato?
My wife?
Do you train him to go around torturing girls?
Listen, who are you? What's your name?
Bingo Bones. What's yours?
Nick Charles. How did you get the name of Bingo?
They call me Bingo because I'm a right number.
Why did you try and kill us?
Because I made a mistake. I thought you were two other people. Look, pal, give me back my gun and we'll call the whole thing off and forget about it.
Why do you want the gun? So you can kill somebody else?
Naturally.
A woman?
How'd you guess?
And would her name be Jane Hornsby?
You know too much. I'm getting out of here.
Hey, come back. Nora, stop her.
Ah! Oh.
Nice work, Nora. How'd you do it?
I tripped her. Cute little number, isn't she?
Bingo.
Ladies, are you tired of having your laundry come out with those pesky spots still clinging to them?
Boy,
am I ever.
Well, why not try the new Wash Day Miracle product, Crud?
Well, what's so special about Crud that makes it different from other leading brands?
Crud is specially formulated to keep the dirt and stains in your clothes trapped in the sudsy water. It gets your clothes whiter than any other washing product known, and it contains no harmful bleach.
It's so soft and gentle on your clothes, too.
Yes, that's right. Crud treats your clothes soft and gentle and keeps the dirt and stains trapped in the sudsy water. So why not try the new Wash Day Miracle product, Crud, today?
And now, Act 2 of tonight's Thin Man adventure. Nick and Nora, posing as newlyweds, have just captured Bingo, a cute little number who tried to shoot them full of holes. Nora examines her as she comes out of her daze and tells Nick,
She looks good on the floor. Come on, Bingo, get up and don't try to get away again.
All right. Listen. Are you Nick Charles, the detective?
Yes?
I heard you're a right guy. I didn't mean to kill you. Honest, I didn't.
Did you mean to kill Jane Hornsby?
See, I knew a woman would understand. Yeah. See, I'm honest. I confess.
Why did you want to murder her?
I have a real good reason. I don't like her. She stole Arthur, the little crook.
Was Arthur engaged to you?
Well, I didn't get around to proposing to him, but we were crazy about each other till she came along. I guess I must be nuts about him. All I want to do is kill her. I love him so
Hey, were you
much.
at the wedding today?
Yeah, I came disguised as a debutante.
Did you try to murder her there too?
Murder a girl at her wedding? What kind of character do you think I am? Why? Did someone try to kill her?
Yes.
Goody. I bet I know who it is. Snaky Simon Stacy.
Who's Snaky Simon?
A snake with pants on. I met him when I used to do my specialty in the cabaret. He's a gambler who hisses like a snake when he talks. And he's a friend of that Jane. She's no Lily, she ain't.
What are you talking about?
Snaky Simon. I saw him at the wedding, and I saw him talking to Jane in that hotel in Jersey where they stayed when they got secretly married.
Oh, then you've been following Arthur around.
Like a dog. 'Cause I love him. Like a dog.
Now, why should Jane be talking to Snaky Simon?
For some sinister reason, I bet.
I'd like to get a hold of this Snaky Simon.
I'll show you where he lives.
Well, not yet. First, we're going to check your story with Arthur. Nora, phone our apartment.
All right, dear.
Okay, Bingo. Who you working with?
What are you talking about?
What's your racket? Who's in it? Come on, spill.
I got nothing to spill but tears. You got a deep misunderstanding of me. I'm just a poor, hard-working chorus girl who wants a millionaire. Oh, but not for the money, mind you. For love.
Hello?
Hello?
Nora?
Yes, Arthur.
Nora, I was just going to phone you. Something awful has happened.
What?
Jane's disappeared.
Are you sure?
I went downstairs for a minute, and she was gone when I got back. I know what the racket is now. I know why they terrorized me. They kidnapped Jane.
You stay right there, Arthur, and we'll be right over.
All right, Nora. I feel terrible. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Nick, Jane's gone. Arthur says she was kidnapped.
Okay, baby. You go over there and tell him about Bingo.
Where are you going?
To find Snaky Simon. I've got a good idea he'll know where Jane is. Come on, Bingo.
No.
But Jane's kidnapped. They might even kill her.
Do you think Arthur's going to like it if you behave like this?
All right. For the sake of the man I love, I will rescue the tomato I hate. Let's go. Oh, I guess Sneaky Simon isn't home.
Wait a second, Bingo. I hear someone coming.
Yes.
Hello, Sneaky Simon.
Hello, Bingo. Who's the friend?
The name's Nick Charles. Can I come in?
You can, but you can't.
Why not?
Because you ain't welcome.
You see the low kind of snake he is?
I know who you are, Charles. What do you want with me?
I want Jane Hornsby.
I never heard of her. Now, scram!
Nick, his shirt's bleeding blood.
Yes, he was shot from the back.
Oh, grab him. He's toppling forward.
Oh, I've got him, but I can't hold him. Oh. Bingo. Pull him off of me.
Oh, no. I won't touch him. He's all full of blood.
So am I. This guy weighs 300 pounds. Pull him away.
Is he dead?
Yes?
Then I won't touch him. It's bad luck.
Oh. There. Maybe I can squeeze out.
You're doing all right.
Yes, but you've been a big help.
Oh, don't mention it.
The killer may still be inside. Come on in.
If the killer's in there, I'm staying right here, in the doorway.
It's all right, Bingo. Whoever shot him in the back escaped through the servants' entrance.
Oh, well, you'd better drag him in.
Okay, there. Well, I didn't expect this.
No, I didn't do it. I was with you every minute. I'm innocent. Absolutely, positively as innocent as a baby. Innocent.
Who said you weren't?
Do you think he kidnapped Jane?
Well, he must have been working with someone.
Do not disturb yourself. I will answer. Hello?
Hello, Chicklet. How's a little investment?
Oh, I'm fine.
Give me that phone, Bingo.
Here.
Hello?
Hello. Is that you, Snakey?
Yes. It's me. Who's this?
Georgie to join. I hear you got the investment there.
Yes?
Ask her when we're gonna get the dividends.
Dividends?
You know what I'm talking about. What's the matter with you, Snakey? You sound kind of strange.
I've got some people here. Where can I see you?
My hotel.
Wait for me. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say, what are you doing with the corpse, Nick?
Going through his pockets.
There are money-making angles to this detective racket I never even thought of. Do I get a cut?
Okay, here's his address book. I'm just looking up the address of a character named Georgie the Germ. Huh. This must be it. Hotel Chandelier.
Oh, that place. You have to have a police record before they'll even let you register.
Come on, Bingo. We're going to go see him.
What for?
We might find Jane there.
I hope she ain't dead. Nick, that man called me an investment. Is that an insult?
No, Bingo. I think that's the key to this whole mess. Remind me to call Nora from the lobby of the Hotel Chandelier.
Nora, we should have heard from the kidnappers by now. Or even if Jane called.
I'm sure we'll find her, Arthur.
I can't believe that Bingo was mixed up in this. She's a good kid at heart. What a thing to happen on a guy's second wedding night.
I'll take that, Arthur. Hello?
Nora, baby. Is Arthur okay?
Yes.
Hey, Snakey's been murdered. Listen, meet us in room 788 of the Hotel Chandelier. Get there as fast as you can.
All right, dear. Shall I bring Arthur?
Yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Come on, Arthur. We're going out.
No, I can't leave here. The kidnappers may contact me. I'll bet that's the intermediary.
Arthur!
Jane, darling. Oh, my little fruit fly.
They were horrible, but they got scared and let me go. Oh, Arthur.
Arthur? Jane? We've got to meet Nick. Stop kissing and start breathing, or you both will suffocate. Arthur!
We don't need Nick now. Just close the door when you go out, Nora. My little gumdrop.
My tutti frutti.
My snickerdoodle.
My hubby wubby.
My little wuggle bear.
My cuddle bunny.
My neck. Goodbye.
I don't know who killed Snakey. And what's more, I don't like you here bringing in all kinds of high-class joints to my hotel suite.
Listen, George, I want to know, who's the investment?
I am the strong, silent type. Especially silent. Don't touch that glass.
I was just looking at
You
it.
get it full of germs.
So that's why they call you Georgie the Germ.
Hey, I only let my friends call me that.
What kind of deal were you in with Snakey?
Stop asking so many questions. I ain't telling you nothing, and you can't prove nothing on me. I not only have kept my nose clean, I'm antiseptic.
Nikki, I rushed right over here.
Hello, darling.
Don't kiss her, you dope! You can't tell what you catch.
Nora, this character is Georgie the Germ.
He's a little crazy.
I am not, and what's more, you don't understand about joints.
Don't you ever kiss girls?
Of course not. You think I want to die?
Hey, Bingo, if you want to get your man back, kiss George.
No, not that!
Shut up.
Who's the investment?
I ain't saying.
Nick, let me kiss him.
Go on, darling. I'll hold his arms. Steady there, Georgie.
Another one? What's gonna happen to me?
Something dire, I'm sure.
I can't bear it. I can't stand it.
Then talk.
No.
Let's kiss him together, Nora. That'll crack him.
Together. This is the end. Oh, you win, Nick.
Is Jane the investment?
Yeah. Snakey and I put the money up for her to buy clothes and such. When she met Otto Hornsby, we financed the whole romance.
No wonder I didn't win. Nobody financed me.
What was to be the payoff? Were you planning to kill Arthur?
That's right. Then Jane would get his dough and we'd all split.
Where's Jane now?
She's at our place, dear, with Arthur.
What?
She came in a moment after you phoned. I left them in each other's arms.
Well, that's as good a way to die as any. Come on, we better get back there. I just hope we're not too late.
Fellas, is your hair not quite as full as it used to be? Are you tired of all that talking behind your back about your hair? Well, try Dr. Rugg's new hair cream. Its patented formula helps thicken and replace your balding spots and thinning hairline.
Wow, Mike, you've got such a luxurious head of hair again. How'd you do it?
That's all thanks to Dr. Rugg's new hair cream. I just rub some on every night and it grows.
Wow, incredible. I'm gonna go get some now.
Dr. Rugg's new hair cream. Just rub it into your scalp every night, and before you know it, you will once again have a beautiful and full head of hair. Available at your local drugstore.
Conclusion of tonight's Thin Man adventure.
Were you terribly worried about me, Sugar Plum?
I most certainly was, Jane, darling. What are you doing with that gun, Dewdrop?
Just seeing how it works. I'm never going to be without one again.
Where'd you get it?
I packed it in my luggage. It works beautifully, dear. Just like this.
Nick! What are you doing here?
Well, I live here. Or have you forgotten, Arthur? Nora's downstairs. She has a surprise wedding gift for you. Will you go down and help her up with it?
Sure. Wonder what it could be.
Jane, did you ever have your wrist slapped?
Not since I was a naughty little girl. Oh, what's the idea?
That's because you've been a naughty big girl. And to try to get that gun out of your hand,
Just what are you after?
a split on the take.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Arthur's money. I know who killed Snakey.
Do you?
Yeah, and this gun I've got in my hand can send you to the electric chair. You better be real nice to me, Jane.
That isn't so hard. Nick,
Do we do business?
anything you say. You're cute.
Oh, isn't that funny? I think so too. Look, I've got a patsy for Snakey's murder. I can use him for Arthur's too.
Who?
Georgie the Germ. I can frame him with this gun. Why'd you kill Snakey? Because you didn't want to split the take?
Well, yeah, and because he was impatient and tried to scare me, like when he started shooting after the wedding today.
Well, you better not try to double-cross me. Will you get rid of Arthur when I send him back?
Okay. How much do you want?
50% of what you get.
It's a deal. Give me back the gun.
Don't be silly, Jane. Arthur, Nora, Bingo, you can come out of the kitchen now.
Dewdrop, how you deceived me.
What is this?
It's a trap, Janie. We heard your confession and everything you said. We sneaked through the servants' entrance.
You see, Arthur? She's a jerk with a heart of dirt. Like I told you, I love you. If you marry me, I wouldn't try to bump you off. I love you, Artie.
All right, Nora, call the police and tell them to get the bridal suite ready at headquarters.
Poor Arthur. I bet he'll never want to marry again.
Oh, don't worry. Bingo will console him and change his mind.
She's a cute little trick.
Yes, and wrestles awfully well. It's amazing that a boy like Arthur can be such a darn fool about women.
Is it, dear?
Sure. Now you take me, for instance.
The only reason you didn't make a fool of yourself about women is that you did take me.
What? No, I was always very sensible.
Really? What about that fortune teller you were going to marry because she told you it was in the cards?
Oh, that was just a little mix-up.
Or that trapeze artist you liked because she raised herself to great heights?
Well, it was very high.
Or that college girl cheerleader who was always rooting for you?
Oh, I was just young.
Yes, and I had to get you when you're old.
Well, darling, I was old enough to know what a wonderful girl I was getting.
Why, Nikki, that's really sweet.
And I think so, too. Let me say it tonight.
What?
Good night, Nora, darling.
Your favorite sleuth couple, Nick and Nora Charles, will be back next week for a new episode of The Adventures of the Thin Man. Be sure to tune in.
Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. While I'm not fond of Shakespeare, I felt this quote from Macbeth to be very fitting. What you've just witnessed is a tale told by, well, an idiot, me. When I started this project, I didn't intend for it to be anything more than a recreation of a time gone by, but as it began to take shape and was being molded by me, it became filled with the sound and fury of my passion. For many, this lost art, like the quote, signifies nothing. What I hope to have accomplished this evening is to instill in you the joy and wonder that comes with theater of the mind. I hope it is as significant to you as it is to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming, and thank you to those of you who tuned in on our radio broadcast. Let's go ahead and meet tonight's players. In the roles of the minister, the bellboy, and Georgie the germ, Paul Green. The announcer and Snaky Simon were played by Sean Meckley. Our devilish vixen, Lauren Evans. The goofy groom himself, Thomas Forrester. The cute little number bingo, Angel Reinert. Our Foley and commercial crew, Paul Miniman and Keely Miller. And last but not least, Nick Charles and Nora Charles were played by Mike Herman and Sarah Bernard Stevens. Thank you all for coming.